So tonight we learned that John Singleton, director of Boys in the Hood, died due to complications of stroke at age 51. Just back in March we found out that Luke Perry at age 53 also died from complications of stroke. Now, these are Gen Xers. This is not your 92-year-old great aunt. I'm 48 years old. I'm an 8-year survivor of stroke. And I'm here to tell you that stroke does not age discriminate. I'm a member of several different young stroke survivors groups, support groups, and there are people in there that are just little kids, young kids who have had stroke. Their parents are in these groups, and they go all the way up to probably 50s or 60s, because I think most people probably think of old people when they think of stroke. Yeah, it's probably pretty common with old people, but it also happens with young people. And when you look at some of the reactions in social media to people like Luke Perry having a stroke, one thing that I saw a lot was, wow, he was so young to have a stroke. Well, obviously not. And the other thing I saw was, oh, he must have been on drugs or something. That is an ignorant assumption. Yes, substance abuse can cause stroke. I'm not going to argue that. But I wasn't abusing any substances like that, and I had a stroke anyway. So to assume that just not doing drugs is going to keep you from having a stroke is a really ignorant assumption. You need to go get yourself checked out, get the full workover from the doctor, and make sure that you're cool. If you're not, if there's anything wrong with you, high cholesterol, blood pressure, artery issues, do the necessary things to fix this. Take the medication, do the treatments, whatever it takes, because you don't want to have a stroke. I did really well on my recovery, and the reason I say that is because my attitude's good. I'm still active. I do things. Yeah, I have paralysis in my arm, and I don't walk very good, and I do have some limitations, but a lot of people who had strokes don't bounce back emotionally like that. A lot of people mourn their previous physical self to the point where they're just not living the quality life that I feel like is healthy, that a person should live. They're depressed a lot. They're real down on themselves, and I don't wish that on anybody. One other thing I want to say is that FAST is the anagram that the National Stroke Association talks about, and I was aware of it before I had mine. F is that your face, kind of droops, and then A is that maybe your arm is weak or something. S is slurred speech, and T is take action. Call 911, get help right away. Because if you get in early, then sometimes they can inject you with this clot buster that can blow out the blood clot. If that is indeed why you had a stroke, and you can bounce back. But let me just stress this. FAST isn't the only symptoms of stroke. I didn't have any of them. I had blurred vision. I got really dizzy. You ever seen that video for Take On Me, Aha, where he's bouncing along on the walls when he's trying to walk? That's how I felt trying to walk. It was terrible. And I got really nauseous, so I was vomiting. And I thought about it. I'm like, okay, well, my arm isn't bothering me, and my face isn't drooping, my speech isn't slurring. In my mind, I thought to myself, dude, you're having a stroke. But nothing in FAST said that I was having a stroke. None of those symptoms existed, so I thought, okay, it's got to be an inner ear infection or something. So I went home, went to sleep, because in the morning I figured I'd get up and go to the doctor and get an antibiotic to fix this inner ear infection. What happened was I woke up in the morning, and I had complete paralysis on my right side, and I was blind. So I go to the hospital. They gave me an aspirin to thin my blood. They gave me something for cholesterol, because my cholesterol was at 200, which, if you know anything about cholesterol, it's not dangerously high. It's a little high. Ideally it could be a little lower, but there are people out there with, cholesterol like 400 that are walking around fine, not having strokes. So they don't really do anything for you. They don't know what to do for you, but they don't tell you that. They don't say, we don't know anything about this, but we're going to, just monitor your vitals and make sure you live. I was in ICU, and they did a good job of that. I came out alive. I didn't die. But, the rest of the 5 weeks that I was in the healthcare system in-house, they really didn't do anything for me. Well, things just kind of come back, and they hope they do. And they did. My vision just kind of came back. They didn't do anything to make that happen. It just did. And one other weird thing about healthcare is, for rehab, if you don't improve, sometimes they blame you for not trying hard enough. But if you do improve, the rehab staff wants to take credit for that. See how great rehab is for you? Look what we did for you. It's ridiculous. Don't ever put yourself in that situation. Don't ever have to go in for that kind of thing. If you can prevent it And this is what this is about. Prevention. Please share this video everywhere on social media with family, friends, anybody. So get yourself checked out and don't have a stroke. And if you do, talk to me. I've been doing this for 8 years. I figured some cool stuff out as a disabled person. But for the rest of you, just don't let it happen to you. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself.